live. All right, so this is a basic introduction to flowing. We flow to get ourselves into universal flow. When we're out of the flow, we're going to have a harder time with our experience. We're going to have a harder time being in the right place at the right time, feeling good about our lives, feeling good about ourselves, even figuring things out. So when we flow, we're going to be able to release old energies. We're going to raise our frequency and allow us to get closer into the flow and have a better experience. To flow, we're just going to take 3 simple steps, which we'll go through, but they are, we're going to welcome whatever our responses are, whatever we experience. We're going to let ourselves, number 2, be with it. And then number 3, we're going to let it flow or let it go. So for our basic flowing to get us started, start by welcoming yourself. Just literally welcoming yourself. I feel like people find that's nice and they're not used to welcoming themselves. And start to notice your body. This is one of our multi-dimensional aspects that we are meant to connect with, use, take care of. So welcome your body. Become aware of your body, not only anything that you see, hear, temperatures that you notice in your body, any tightness. Not only the 5 senses, but start to sense more deeply what sensations are here, what energy, what sensations. Things like the tightness are a sensation. Notice whether or not your body's in the flow and welcome all of those sensations. Welcome whether or not you think your body's in the flow. Let your experience be here, that's step 2, and then letting it flow, that's step 3. And one more for body. Notice how your body's doing in general, and notice if there's anything it needs from you. And welcome whatever responses your body has, being aware of them. And step 2, letting them be here, letting them affect you. Notice what it's like. And step 3, letting it flow, letting it go. And next, noticing the emotional self, which is the next frequency up of your multidimensional self. Notice how you're feeling. Notice maybe whether you're happy, unhappy, comfortable, uncomfortable. And let your feelings be here. Step 2, let yourself feel how you feel. And then step 3, letting it flow. And to let it flow, whether you imagine, visualize, or sense, really letting go. Imagine that your feelings are in your palm and you put them in a stream of water, or you open your palm and they just, like a leaf in the wind, float away with the flow. And now noticing again how your emotional self is feeling, and notice if there's anything your emotional self needs. Maybe you need to process how you feel more. Maybe you need to feel sad, feel happy. Maybe your emotional self needs you to listen to how it feels more. Whatever it is that you hear as a response or whatever you get, just letting it be here. There's no right and wrong answers. There's just getting in the flow. Just connecting, letting it be here, letting it affect you, and then step 3, letting it flow. And the next frequency up is the mental self, that part of you that thinks. So notice what's on your mind. Notice what's been taking your focus. And oftentimes we have a feeling or a thought about what's been on our mind, what's been taking our focus. So become aware of your thought and your reaction to your thought. And let those experiences be here. It is like 2 layers. What you're thinking or what your focus has been, what's been taking your attention, and then on top of that, your reaction. But this is what happens, and this is why we get out of the flow. We do get layers, and unless we flow them, they do pile up, get clogged. So again, let them be here, let them affect you, and then step 3, let it all flow. And to let it flow a little more, taking a centering breath, just welcome your breath. If there are any thoughts or feelings that come, welcome them too. Let your breath be here. Let whatever came with your breath be here. Letting it affect you for step 2. And then step 3, just letting your breath go and letting whatever else came go. Letting it flow. So taking a centering breath again, welcoming that breath, letting it be here for a second for step 2, and then letting it flow for step 3. As you flow, things tend to feel a little better, a little lighter, and it tends to lift your energy. Speaking of energy, we'll do energy last, the next frequency up. So just notice your energy. If you don't know how to notice your energy, just notice the first thing that pops in, whatever comes to you, and welcome your current energy. Some clues are whether or not you're relaxed, whether or not your body's relaxed, but welcome your energy. Whatever you notice about your energy, can be right, it can be wrong, it doesn't matter, that's not what it's about. Step 2, let it be here and let it affect you. And maybe you have feelings or thoughts about your energy, let those be here. Let them affect you. And then step 3, letting it all flow, just placing it all in that imaginary stream, which is actually a true energetic stream. It's imaginary if you can't sense it. And just letting it all float away. And with that centering breath now, welcome your breath, letting it be here, then letting it flow. And notice how you're doing. Notice if you are feeling like you're a little more in the flow, if you're feeling a little better. And as you flow more and more, one of the wonderful things is you effortlessly start to feel better and better, effortlessly, more and more, starts to match more of who you are in that flow.